after that epic game last night, who do you think, Nick, has the advantage now heading into a very, very big Game 7?
Well, this is really concerning for the Celtics. The Celtics, 96 hours ago, were the favorites to win the conference. And now they're going to have to win this series 3 times. They had the series won with a half-second left in Game 3, and OG hit a shot for the ages. They were dominating the majority of the first half last night. They let the Raptors get back into it. They put the clamps on them defensively at the end of regulation. The Raptors went scoreless in the final 4.5 minutes. It goes to overtime anyway, and good God, that's Norman Powell's music. And now all of a sudden, the Celtics, I feel like, are playing with immense pressure in Game 7. And the Raptors, I think you could argue, have the most carefree, least pressurized Game 7 in sports history. This was supposed to be a retooling year after Kawhi left. They already won their title. They were already counted out multiple times this season and multiple times this series. And Wright, and I know they're exhausted, but you know who's also exhausted, Brandon, is the Celtics. And unlike the Celtics, the Raptors go at least 7 deep. The Celtics have 5 guys they trust, and one of them's Kemba Walker on a shaky knee coming off a terrible game. So my pick before this series was Celtics in 7. And I hate to change a pick when it's still alive, when I could nail it.
No, don't not
But I got to
change your
tell you,
pick.
Brandon. I got to tell you, Brandon.
Wow, that's pretty
if
good.
The pick
That's
didn't
pretty
exist,
good.
If this isn't an official
If the pick didn't
change.
exist, I think the Raptors are the favorites. I don't know why Wilds is so disgusted. I think the
Because
Raptors are the
you
favorites
never change
for
your
Game
pick.
7. Well, no, because
don't-
the facts on the ground. It was one of the greatest playoff games ever. You had 51 points scored in the double overtime. But just real quick, before I toss it to you, Jenna, so I can defend myself against Wild's body language and disgust at the fact that I might change the pick. I do. Listen, let me make this clear. This was a pre-playoff pick when I laid out the bracket. That was pre-Gordon Hayward injury. So if you're ever allowed to tweak a pick when a major player goes down with an injury, it is allowable. By the way, Jenna, I have not officially changed the pick. I'm just letting you know. Over the next couple hours, I'm going to let it ruminate, marinate, and figure out who I think's going to win Game 7. Go ahead, Jenna.
Nick made his picks back in February. Just want to make sure everyone knows before we even got into a bubble. So I do want to mention, Wilds, you and I are the only Celtics fans on this set, and I knew that as soon as you heard Jason Tatum not blame Nick Nurse for, let's say, distracting him when he threw that errant pass late, tied game, 4th quarter, I knew you would be fired up.
I'm not mad at Nick for changing his pick, since the Raptors actually have 7 players on the court. One is the referee that didn't call the foul on Kemba, the other one being Nick Nurse, who was out there calling for the ball in the corner. And Nick Nurse, I'm not mad at it. I like the competitive spirit. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But don't go halfway. If you're going to do it, go the whole way. Go entirely on the court, put on a green jersey, go to the bubble tattooist, get full Daniel Tice double arm sleeves, shave your head, and call for the ball all Game 7. Because don't do it halfway. Don't be there, and then Tatum throws the ball at you, and you scatter like you didn't know what was happening. It was an outrageous call, non-call, whatever it is. I respect Tatum, Nick, for not making a big deal of it. But you knew, when you saw this pass, you knew it was Nick Nurse's fault. You knew it.
Brandon,
Guys,
I try to be, real quick, Brandon, I try to be a great teammate. I am embarrassed on our teammate Kevin Wild's behalf right now. This is the most, listen, man, Jason Tatum, who y'all have been demanding I call a superstar all year, with 45 seconds left in a closeout game, threw a ball to a 48-year-old white dude in Dockers. Like, you can try to be like, oh, he was 8 feet out of the coaching box.
Hey, Nick,
he's also 7 feet tall. If Nick Nurse had bumped a player, if he had deflected a pass, it'd be different.
He's not supposed to be down there. What is he doing in this corner?
I know he's not supposed to be down there.
Look, he's not supposed to be there.
There's plenty of.
That's the end of discussion, Nick. End of discussion.
Okay, all right.
He's been around the game for 30-something years. He knows he's not supposed to be down there. This is totally foul. Man, this should be overturned. You know what? Give the Celtics this game. This is BS.
There you go. There's a hot take.
It is against the rules. It is against the rules, and let me tell you something, though. The only reason anyone cares is because Tatum made a huge mistake. If Tatum does, if they call in a tied Wilds, if they do what you're asking them to do in a tied playoff game, call a technical foul on Coach out of the box with a minute left. The way we excoriated the officials for kicking out Kristaps, it'd be that times 1,000. Like, listen, Jason Tatum, don't throw the ball to the opposing team's coach. Don't throw it to your coach, the opposing team's coach, any of the adorable children in the bubble. If a mascot makes it there, don't throw it to him either. There's 4 guys, Tatum, Wilds, that your guy Tatum can throw it to.
He's
Nick
literally
Nurse
on
is
the
not
court.
one of them. And he's close. It's close.
They should not have called a foul.
He's in the corner.
But Nick Nurse knows what he was doing and deserves some responsibility for the Raptors win, which is his job. Congratulations. I just also think he should get arm sleeves to confuse the Celtics more for Game 7.
Give the Celtics the game. Give the Celtics the game.
All right, we got a Game 7 set for a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.